Okay, vlog is done. Put my bag back on because I had to go to the bathroom by the time I got here, so. Get my thing going on. Flip the bike around. So I'm gonna ride a little while around here and then I'm gonna go up and get lunch. I'm not gonna go to Dollar Tree today, only because I am just gonna go get lunch and then plop back home, so. Got all my whips washed and had to redo the ends, which I'm thinking about putting zip ties on them so that they're not all separated and whatever, but you know, if I don't, whatever. Hey, however you make money, man. I'm not gonna judge. You know, it's just like Dad with RC cars. He buys. You know, buys, cleans them up, fixes them if needed, and then sells them. You know, I kind of want to grab a fucking bike for scrap, but then Dad's like, well, where in the fuck did this bike come from? I tell him I picked it up off the road, you know, because I took the chain off of it because I use chain links for hanging my whips so that they, you know, so if they're a little bit shorter, you know, they're dropped down a little bit too. You know, plus for looks. Like, oh, okay. So then I just grabbed the bike. I took whatever off. Just took whatever off so I could scrap it. You know, grips, seat, any padding, tires. And I just threw the wheels back on. Rim strip, I just took rim strips. So it'd be tires, tubes, rim strips, grips, anything plastic, you know, any pads. You know, pedals I just took completely off and took the axles out of the pedals. You know, wheels I put back on to try to help save a little bit of space. Crank I kept in the bike. You know. Because then you just go bam, and because if it's all prepared, you know, all bare steel minus, you know, paint, which nobody cares about the paint because that'll just get, because you'll be wasting money to take it off. So when the steel gets melted down, all the paint and shit will get burnt off and whatever. Now plastic and rubber will too, but normally if you prepare shit, you can kind of get a little bit more out of it than what you would if you didn't. I just, it's even the copper, I just got used to cutting the ends off for two reasons. Reason one was that scrapyard that we went to didn't want the ends on the cords, because then that looks, because then they have to take the time to cut it, and that's lost money for them, because they paid us more, which makes sense. So I just got used to cutting ends off cords, and scrap Christmas lights, cut the bulbs off too. You just throw the bulbs out and the ends and throw the wire away. I'll throw the wire in a bucket with the other wire and whatever. Now, because Christmas light wire is not thick enough to strip, so that just get left in the bucket then. I'd be, if I had a stripper, I'd be going through the fucking bucket to find stuff to strip, and if it's something I can't strip, it stays in the bucket or in the pile. Like cell phone chargers, can't strip them because the wires are too small. Same with Christmas lights, can't strip the wire because it's too small and there's not enough copper there to be worth anything. It's just like cell phone chargers. Cell phone chargers, Christmas lights, think HDMI cables. All this low voltage shit are all going to be thin wire. Like Christmas lights, HDMI cables, phone chargers, stuff like that. Ethernet cables, that's all thin wire too. But then if you get into like extension cords, your normal cords that you use for like Christmas lights, that's all decent gauge, thickness wire that that you want to strip. Anything thinner, anything thinner than that you don't really want to do because it's, too thin. I mean, a little bit thinner wouldn't be bad, but if it's all spaghetti, you don't want to strip it. Like speaker wire, you could, but like speaker wire for like cars or in the surround sounds in homes, you could, but that's probably the thinnest you want to do. So yeah, so speaker wire is probably the thinnest you want to strip, in my opinion. There's some people that won't because they consider that like spaghetti, but I'm gonna be pissed that Sadie's not here. Oh, they are. There's just not a whole lot of them working up here today, so which they're, by the looks of it, they're laying sand down in there, which would help with drainage, you know, depending on what they do with, you know, with the top layer, which they could just do sand, I don't know. Oh wait, no, they're doing wood chips. Looked like sand from far away, but it's, by the looks of it, it's wood chips. Yeah, it's wood chips. So I think that's the only thing they really have to do is wood chips, and then just take all the gates down, the barrier thingies. You know, and then they're done. Then they can go over and focus their fucking. Because then hopefully I can start coming back out here and vlogging within maybe the next day or two, next few days maybe, I don't know. Because then they can start working on taking that other part down.